Hello everyone, Ron here from RJJ's Reactions and back with 9 Inch Nails. The next track to Pretty Hate Machine, which we're working through slowly, is That's What I Get. I don't know this song, I haven't heard it before. It sounds like it could be a bit negative. That's what I get for something. I don't know. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Just click that little button below. Like the video if you do, and click the notification bell. That way you'll know when new videos are coming up. All right, let's have a listen to Trent Reznor, 9 Inch Nails. That's what I get. We will be looking at the lyrics afterwards, of course, because Trent writes his own lyrics. Is that a synthesizer drumming? My pronunciation of synthesizer, it's like a tongue twister for me this morning. Is that what it is? Like a synth drumming? Very cool though. Like that.
Just when everything was making sense, you took away all my self-confidence. Now all that I've been hearing must be true. I guess I'm not the only boy for you. That's what I get. That's what I get. That's what I get. That's what I get. How can you turn me into this? After you just
Like the almost heartbeat sound in behind, and Trent's voice is very clear here. And he's got a different voice. You always recognize Trent's voice, and I like it. Yeah, I've mentioned before how I like his voice. And yeah, there's something, it's not quite a heartbeat, but it's kind of like that behind here. We'll talk about the lyrics after, so I'm not going to say a lot about them, but they're very clear.
How can you turn me into this? After you just taught me how to kiss. I told you I'd never say goodbye. Now I'm slipping on the tears you've made me cry. But that's what I get. That's what I get. That's what I get. That's what I get. Why does it come as a surprise to think that I was so naive? Maybe didn't mean that much, but it meant everything to me.
almost like he's yelling at himself. I know I'm going to talk about the lyrics afterwards, but it's almost like he's yelling at himself or beating up on himself a little bit here.
That's what I get. 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 That's what I get.
Okay, I think that's the end. Really good. I like the instrumentation on this one as well. I do with Nine Inch Nails. I know they use a lot of synths. I'm just going to say synths because this morning I can't seem to say the whole word for some reason. Um, Tongue-tied this morning. But yeah, I like what they do with the instrumentation anyway, for sure. And I really love Trent's voice in this one. His screaming or yelling, whatever you want to call it, is excellent. You wonder how you know, because I know they're still performing, and so you wonder how many years he could keep doing that with his voice and his throat. I'm assuming he must have done some training and to help keep him healthy and to help keep his voice strong. Mind you, I haven't listened to a recent one, so is it still as strong? I think it might be. But anyway, yeah, I really like this. Let's have a look at the lyrics now. That's What I Get by Nine Inch Nails, written by Trent Reznor, of course. Just when everything was making sense, you took away all my self confidence. Now all that I've been hearing must be true. I guess I'm not the only boy for you. So we have an ABAB rhyme scheme there. Sense, confidence, true, you. And I just thought I'd mention that briefly. um, yeah, so it sounds like a relationship that just went sour, went wrong. Um, Now all that I've been hearing must be true. So he's been hearing rumors, he's been hearing things about himself or the relationship. And I guess I'm not the only boy for you. So she's been, you know, wandering, let's say. And so, and this has hurt him, taking away all his self-confidence. But that's what I get. That's what I get. And I mentioned during this song, it sounds almost like he's yelling at himself. And we'll talk about that more as we go through the lyrics. How can you turn me into this after you just taught me how to kiss you? I told you I'd never say goodbye. Now I'm slipping on the tears you made me cry. So very sad situation when a relationship breaks up and one party is still madly in love with the other and the other one obviously isn't, maybe never was, who knows. uh, and how can you turn me into this, because he promised he was never going to say goodbye. Now whether that would be true or not, we never know. Can't replay it, see how it works, but at least he didn't intend on it, and she was the one that wandered. um, and she spent time sort of teaching him how to love her. He says, "Taught me how to kiss you." So sort of spent the time to do that, and then she wandered, and then she's gone, and so he's crying, slipping on his tears, crying a lot. But that's what I get. That's what I get. Why does it come as a surprise to think that I was so naive? Maybe it didn't mean that much, but it meant everything to me. So it might not have meant anything to you, but it meant a lot to me. The relationship was very important to me. And then he says, why does it come as a surprise to think that I was so naive? So that's where I think he's sort of blaming himself in a way, like, why was I so stupid? Why was I so naive? Why was I so trusting? That's what I get. That's what I get. And then it repeats, that's what I get. That's what I get for being so trusting. That's what I get for putting myself in this vulnerable position or situation. And in a sense, it almost sounds like when he's yelling like that, that he almost feels like he deserves it. So he's angry on one hand, but on the other hand, he almost feels like, I was the idiot. That's what I get. That's what I deserve for having put myself out there. And yeah, I think people, when relationships go south, go bad, um, you have a mixture of emotions. It's almost like a death, isn't it, when someone leaves? Um, because you go through all the different emotions, and it's different for different people, but anger is one of them, regret is another one, self-blame is another, so you're going to go through them, not necessarily in that order, sometimes all together, sometimes in a sequence, and sometimes repeating. But yeah, that's what I get for putting myself out there. So it's a catch-22. If you don't put yourself out there and if you don't make yourself vulnerable, you can't have probably the strongest, most quality relationship possible. But if you do put yourself out there, there's always the chance, there's always the risk of being ripped to shreds and hurt very deeply. So I feel for people who have that experience. Great song. Not a lot of lyrics, but very good lyrics. They say what they mean to say. I love the instrumentation. Nine Inch Nails really knows how to play around with the instruments and the synths. And see, I'm not going to try that word again today. And entrenched voice. Yeah, that's an instrument within itself, isn't it? So very well done. We'll be moving on with Pretty Hate Machine, but let me know what else you'd like to hear from Nine Inch Nails or anyone else. Don't forget to subscribe. In the meantime, keep listening, keep having fun. Bye bye for now.